Let's go to Fiji now, where more than 120,000 children were directly impacted when the strongest tropical cyclone ever to make landfall there struck in February, killing 44 people. Cyclone Winston damaged or destroyed more than 55,000 homes, forcing thousands into evacuation centres, destroying schools, obviously, you name it. 2 months on, many schools are still operating from makeshift facilities and tents. Since 1969, the New York-based Sesame Workshop has been using Muppet diplomacy to engage children and promote positive messages around the world in areas of need. A New Zealand puppeteer, Chris Lynch, has travelled to Fiji with Elmo, courtesy of Fiji Airways, by the way, and is travelling with the Red Cross to meet children traumatised by the cyclone. A short time ago, I spoke to Corrine Ambler from Red Cross and Elmo. Both of them joined me side by side on Skype. It's rather a wonderful picture if you are able to watch it. And I asked her, Corrine in the first instance, Elmo later, how the children are reacting.
Going into the villages, it's obvious that the children, like most Fijians, are very resilient people. But we're seeing that they're quite quiet at the moment. You know, you talk to the teachers at the schools and they say that the children will be there physically in class, but mentally they're away somewhere else. They're thinking about what's happened to them in the cyclone, and they're very, very quiet, and they can't get the words out, and they're not talking to anyone. So today we've been touring a couple of schools, and the head teachers and all the teachers would come up to us afterwards and say, "You've helped them turn the corner." You know, these kids, I just can't describe it. It was amazing. A tent full of 100 children. They're learning in tents because their schools are destroyed. The roofs are off. And they're sitting there just giggling and laughing and interacting with Elmo, the puppet, and just smiling for the first time in ages. This is the feedback that we're getting. I mean, certainly being there, it was really, really entertaining. I could hardly film because I was laughing so much and the camera was shaking.
Corrine, for people who are listening to this, they won't know that you've actually got Elmo beside you there. So Elmo is coming in with you via Skype. Is Elmo talking, or do you do the talking for Elmo, Corrine?
I'm just there to take photographs and to film the star of the show, who is Elmo, without a doubt. As you can see, I mean, maybe you'd like to talk to him, John.
Well, Elmo, I'd like to ask you a question, Elmo, and it's kind of serious, both of you, and that is, how do you get it right with children who've lost their home? Do they want to just laugh and forget everything, or do they want you to talk about the big stuff?
They want to laugh and forget about everything, Mr. Campbell, and Elmo loves every Fijian child everywhere, so I just rock on up like this, and I go, "Hello, everybody." And Mr. Campbell, they love it. They love Elmo.
If I can get a word in, anyways, I can tell you, John, that that what Elmo is actually doing is, look, there are 2 points to this visit, okay? One is to actually make these children laugh. They've been through trauma. You know, they need to have some fun. They need to be kids. They need to laugh and relax and forget about their problems for a while. The second point that we're trying to get across is that Elmo is someone that they'll listen to. They don't listen to their teachers. They're not listening to their parents. They switch off, you know, so you can't get the messaging to keep safe and to keep healthy. But when Elmo talks to them about when the wind and the rain comes, don't run home across the rivers. Stay with your teacher. Your teacher knows what to do, because they're all really scared whenever a storm comes now. They just run. They just take off. You know, we're giving them other messages that when you're feeling sad, you know, talk to an adult. When you're feeling confused or sad, do something that makes you happy. Play with your friends. Help your mum and dad. Do some dancing or some drawing, and things like not swimming in flood water and that kind of thing, because they seem to like to do that here. But Elmo tells them that the water's dirty and they could get sick if they go in the water. So we're using the puppet to give subtle messages to the kids who are listening intently at this stage, and to get those messages through to them that they're not listening to with anyone else.
He's a very clever puppet, Corrine. Do they have, forgive me, I mean, Sesame Street's a global brand, but is it so global it's on the telly in Fiji? Did they know who Elmo was?
I tell you what, our driver and all the staff at the Red Cross know who Elmo is, and our Director General at Fiji Red Cross. We went in for a meeting to his office yesterday. He's a very busy man at the moment. He was quite stressed when we walked in, but after 5 or 10 minutes with Elmo, he was laughing like a little boy. And he picked up Elmo for the breakfast show on Fiji television this morning, and they had a bit of a giggle, and he said to Elmo on the way home, "This is a great way to start my day, you know, I couldn't think of a better way to start my day." So yes, the adults of a certain age know what Sesame Street is, who Elmo is. I don't think these children of 5 years old to 12 years old really know who Elmo is, but they see this big furry red lovable monster, and you know, they're absolutely enchanted. I mean, they've been hugging him, they've been poking him in the tummy, they've been patting him, you know, and just laughing their little heads off. It's been fantastic to see.
You're doing very fine work there, Elmo. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell.
Elmo and Karina Ambler doing brilliant work up in Fiji.